Look who's actually starting a vlog on a Monday this week. Hey everyone, my name's Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is the start of a new weekly reading vlog and I am going to read this week. I am going to be starting, let me just find the book. I'm going to be starting Beach Read by Emily Henry today. I am still halfway through reading Aurora Burning or listening to Aurora Burning, but I'm going to carry that audiobook on tomorrow while I'm working, because I can have an audiobook on during the work that I need to do tomorrow, and I just wasn't in the mood to listen to one today, but I will be able to do it tomorrow. And then the live show is on Wednesday evening and I've only got like 3 hours of the audiobook to listen to, so it'll be fine. But today I want something sort of more easier to read, so I'm going to be reading Beach Read, and I don't really have too much else to update you on. We do have plans later on in the week that involves theatre as per usual, but I will update you on that later on in the week. For now, I thought I would just actually open the vlog. So there we go, I'll talk to you guys later. Hello, I thought I should probably come and do a quick update because it is now Thursday and I am well aware that I have not spoken to you since Monday. So Monday I started the vlog, and did I even do anything on Monday night? I can't actually remember. No, I didn't. I was planning on reading and then I just didn't for that evening. Well, I listened to a bit of the audiobook of Aurora Burning, I believe. Tuesday we went to the cinema to go and see the new Spider-Verse film. I can't remember the actual title of it. Is it Across the Spider-Verse, this one? The new animated Spider-Man film anyway, which follows on from Into the Spider-Verse. I very much enjoyed it. I did not realise it was going to end on a massive cliffhanger, so now I'm just like waiting for the next one to come out, and I don't know how long that's going to be, but no, it was good. I do think I preferred the first one, but like still a very good time. And then yesterday I basically just laid in bed all evening. I am not feeling the best at the minute. Like nothing major, I'm just feeling like there's something sort of sitting on my chest at the minute, which is not great. So I plan tonight to also kind of just lay in bed, but I'm going to watch a new series of Never Have I Ever. I did actually do the live show for Aurora Burning yesterday as well, and I did finish Aurora Burning yesterday. I've given it 4 stars again. I've given all my thoughts on it in previous like vlogs and wrap-ups and things, and I'll do another wrap-up, so I won't go too much into it, but basically I do feel like it suffers a little bit from middle book syndrome, but the ending, it's like a very great but also very irritating ending. I'm very glad that I already know what happens in this. I don't have like the immediate urge to pick up Aurora's end like some people on the live show may have done. I will probably leave it closer to the next live show. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. There's not been too much to update you on because, like I said, I'm just not feeling the best at the minute. But I'm going to try and rest and recover so that I can be feeling better for Saturday, because I have plans on Saturday. So no after work theatre trips this week, but there is one coming on Saturday, so I will try and actually give you an update tomorrow, and hopefully I will have read something tomorrow, because I do plan on starting Beach Read by Emily Henry, but partly because my brain's just not in the mood to concentrate right now, and partly because I really want to watch this TV show. It's the last series and it's just come on Netflix today, so I'm gonna watch that and then reading will happen tomorrow, I promise. Right, but I'll talk to you guys then probably. Hello. So this is going to be a really quick update because multiple reasons. One being that I am tired. 2 being that I do need to get up fairly early in the morning. Well, not ridiculously early, but you know, like I have to actually like set an alarm and make plans to get up on a Saturday morning, which who wants that? I do, because we have plans. We're going to the theatre. Surprise, surprise. We're going to Chichester, which is not in London. It is like going to take us like an hour and a half on the train. We're going to go and see a musical called The Assassins, which is a musical written by Stephen Sondheim, and I haven't actually listened to any of the music from it. That is possibly something I should do in the morning. But it's got Danny Mac in the cast as well as some other people, but he's the one I can remember, and it's just one that me and Meg were both wanting to see, so we decided to have a day trip there. But I thought I would do a quick update because multiple things. One, because I haven't updated this vlog very much so far because I've not been feeling the best. I'm feeling better in and of myself. I've got like a little bit of a lingering cough that is hanging around, which is going to be a little bit annoying if it's still there tomorrow when I'm in the theatre, but generally feeling better, which is good. So much so that I've managed to read something, which is the reason why I'm going to film this vlog clip, because I've actually read part of Beach Read. I am now about 90 pages in and I am having a great time. I'm very much enjoying this. I've been telling Meg my thoughts and feelings on it because this is one of her recommendations. But like, I'm enjoying this to the point when I'm already planning on reading her other books, so I feel like this is a good sign. So hopefully I'm gonna power through a lot more of this tomorrow. Like I said, we've got the train journeys, it's like an hour and a half each way, and should be able to get a fair amount read then. Also, like, we've got the show booked, and then we have got a meal booked after as well. But like, if there's extra time, we're probably just gonna like sit outside in the sunshine, maybe with a drink, because like it's gonna be warm tomorrow, so maybe read a little bit more then as well. But if I don't finish it tomorrow, then I should definitely finish it on Sunday, which will be the end of this vlog. So I should hopefully have actual thoughts on a book by the end of this vlog, fingers crossed. But right now it is gone midnight, and the train tomorrow is at 11 AM, which, like I said, not the earliest, but I would like to get up. And I mean, potentially I should be getting up and filming a video in the morning, but we'll see if that happens. But what I will definitely do is like get up and make myself look presentable for a day out at the theatre. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Say hello. Hello. So you should have seen some b-roll from today. I did not have chance to film a clip before we went out, but as I said yesterday, we went to Chichester to go and see Assassins. I will talk about that first before I talk about the rest of the day. It was good. I've seen a few Sondheim musicals now. It's a musical written by Stephen Sondheim. Guess I didn't mention that part. And it's probably like my least favourite of the ones I've seen. I mean, I saw an amateur version of Into the Woods, so like that production was probably like worse, but like the musical itself was better. Mainly because like I feel like I don't quite know what it was getting at. Like,
what was the purpose of the show?
Yeah, like it's essentially just the story of these 9 different people who either assassinated or attempted to assassinate US presidents. And they definitely did like a thing with the staging that it was like unique to this production, because I think it was written a while ago from what I know, but like this was very much like a sort of modern lens on the staging of it. It looked like a sort of, well, it looked like a party conference, but I would say most likely a Republican Party conference. And so it looked like one of like the televised debates that you see when you walked in. And then there was like imagery at the end that seemed to be like it was reminiscent of like January 6th and things like that. And it was definitely like trying to put like but like this is still like a modern day issue on it at the end, but he also like didn't really say that. He just did like a few things with the imagery to make you think that. And I just feel like it wasn't, I don't know, like I'm just not sure what he was trying to say, but everyone that was in it was really, really good. I really liked like the book of it. Like there was a lot of talking in between the songs, and like some of those bits were actually my favourite. But no, it was interesting. I'm glad I've seen it. I have read a fair amount of Beach Read now. I am 225 pages into it, and I'm very much enjoying it, which Meg is very happy about. And yeah, we had a nice day in Chichester. We went straight to the theatre when we got there, and then afterwards we went and sort of wandered down the high street, ended up in a pub before we then went to a Greek restaurant where the food was all very nice. It was a lovely day, and then I got a notification on my phone saying that a train was cancelled on the way back, and it was like, oh, it's fine because the other ones are still running. And then we got there and it was like, no, those all got cancelled as well. Like, they said they were running at first, and then by the time we got there they were cancelled, so we had to get a train to somewhere else. And then when we got there, all of those trains were delayed, so we had to wait for another one. And then we were on this train that should have taken us to where we needed to swap in London, and then they were like, oh no, this one's stopping at Gatwick, so get on this other train. So we did that, and we eventually got on one that was going to Clapham to then change to like come towards our house. And then when we got to Clapham, there were no trains going towards our house. Like, they were saying they were at first, they were saying like they were just slightly delayed, and then it just said delayed in general, and we're like, these aren't turning up, let's get a couple of buses instead. So tomorrow will be a fun day of trying to get some money back for those train tickets, because they were not used really on the way home. But we are home now. We've been out of the house for like 12 hours to go and see a matinee. It's now like close to midnight. But anyway, I will hopefully finish this one tomorrow, and I will give you thoughts on it then. Bye. Hello. My hair is very much a mess today. I have just finished reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've actually technically finished reading two different versions of it, because, so I finished this, I gave it 5 stars, I very much enjoyed it. It was more like a 4.5, but I rounded it up to a 5 on Goodreads. And then when you like log something on Goodreads, you get an email after saying like, you finished this book, what's next? And on that email, I always like looking at the section where it has like the frequently asked questions about the books, because I just like seeing what other people's thoughts are, like at the end of things, what sort of questions are left with. And one of the ones for this was like, is it true that there's a different ending in the UK version than in the US version? And I was like, So I asked Meg about it, because she has started, because I've read this, she has now started rereading the US version. And I'm like, do you know anything about this? But both of her physical copies that she has are US versions. So she's like, oh, like, what happened at the end? So I explained, and she's like, well, did this happen? I'm like, no. So I've had to go and get one of her US copies to read the ending in this one, because it's a very different ending. It's got much more of like a typical sort of happy ever after ending in this one than this one does. This one just feels a little bit like, okay, that's like nice. This one has like more of like an actual romance ending that you would expect. And yeah, found it quite funny that they've literally cut out like 2 pages worth and put something different in there when we don't understand why. Like, it makes no sense. Choices were made. But yeah, so I've read both endings now. I'm explaining the different endings.
Yeah.
The Beach Read.
Then I've read both of them and just not realised that there were 2 endings and just mashed them together in my brain.
But if you would like more of like a typical rom-com happy ending, read the US version.
Yeah. What a strange choice to have made.
Choices were definitely made.
By the publishing industry.
Right, I'm gonna go now. I may start reading something else later on, and I will let you know if I do. Hello, so quick click just to round up this week's vlog, because it is now gone midnight on Sunday night and I should really be going to sleep. I have started a new book since I last spoke to you. So the last time I spoke to you, I was just finishing Beach Read, and I started this, which some of you will know what this is, but it is Love to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. It is the series of novellas that she's released. I have read the first 1.5 of them now, and I'm halfway through Stuck With You, is that what it's called? It is. And I have read Under One Roof. I enjoyed Under One Roof. It was fine. It was very typical Ali Hazelwood. Like, it was very much observed that the guy was very large. There was a bit where she described him like putting his hands around her waist and his fingers touching on both her back and her stomach, and I don't understand how someone's hands are that large or how someone's waist is that small. Like, sometimes when she describes things, I'm just like, this is not realistic at all, and it does pull me out of it a little bit. I don't think I'll ever like be able to give one of her books a 5-star, because I just feel like, yeah, sometimes the descriptions are just a little bit too ridiculous. And it is starting to get to me that like every single story of hers, the love interest fits a very, very similar type, which, like, I know that like for some people that's a great thing, like they like what she writes and they just want to read more of the same thing. But for me, I would just like to see a little bit more of a difference between her love interests, because like she's done the thing in this where like the second one is like physically looks different from the others in a way. Like, he's very blonde where all the others have been dark haired so far, but like still the way that she describes him and generally like how large she is. She has a thing with the girl being small and the guy being large, and it's just like, it's again the same basic type of person. Not that I'm not enjoying it. I feel like whenever I talk about Nella Hazelwood book, it sounds like I'm not enjoying it. Like, I would still give that first story 4 stars. Like, it was still like a good read, but I do notice things that irritate me, but for some reason I can't stop reading them, so you know, it's fine. But yeah, that is pretty much everything for this week's vlog. What did I do this week? I was ill for a portion of it, so I didn't vlog for a while. I went to the theatre yesterday to Assassins. Have I been to the theatre earlier this week? I don't think I have. Just went to the cinema to see the Spider-Man film. Yeah, because then I was ill the other days, so you know, less theatre than usual this week. Hopefully I'll make up for that next week. I'm not sure how next week's vlog's going to go actually, because I am possibly going to West End Live next weekend, and I don't know if I'll include that in next week's vlog or if I'm going to do a whole separate video for it. We will see. But reading wise this week, I finished Aurora Burning, and then I read Beach Read, and I'm now like a decent chunk into Love to Love You. I'm hoping that I should be able to finish it tomorrow, and then we will see what I will read next. I have various things on my TBR that I could reach for, but I'm not sure which one I will go for first. I will update you in next week's vlog. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.